Hello everyone, my name is Marah, and today's case is about Isabella Kalua, who was 6 years old when she went missing from Honolulu, Hawaii in September of 2021. And just a quick reminder before I get started, that I always try to do the best research and get the most accurate information I can for every single case that I cover. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this case. When she was born on November 6th of 2014, Ariel Sellers was the name she was given at birth. Sadly, her biological mother struggled with substance abuse, so there was a point in time where her grandma served as her and her 4 sisters' legal guardian. But in 2019, their grandma became overwhelmed after her partner was seriously injured in an accident. So at this point, her and 3 of her sisters were put into foster care. And it's said that her other sister moved in with a relative. Their foster parents' names are Isaac Kalua and Leigh Kalua. Isaac also has a criminal record. He was convicted of 3 counts of terroristic threatening and assault in 2001, where he was sentenced to 5 years of probation. And because he had a record, he technically was not allowed to adopt or foster children. But somehow in 2021, Isaac and Leigh were able to adopt Ariel. And this is when they changed her name to Isabella Ariel Kalua. Previous to Isabella's adoption, she had been brought to the hospital 2 times by Isaac and Leigh. The first time was in October of 2019 for a broken finger. And the second time was in January of 2020 for a broken leg. Isaac and Leigh said that both injuries were accidental and the state did rule out abuse. But in my personal opinion, I do not think that these injuries were accidental. As we get more into the story, I think you will see why I feel that way. So there was a point when they did have Isabella enrolled in kindergarten at Waimanalo Elementary School, where she would be doing distant learning, but in June of 2021, they withdrew her from school and filed paperwork to have her be homeschooled. Then at 6:30 a.m. on September 13th of 2021, Isaac and Leigh reported Isabella missing. They told authorities that she was last seen asleep in her bedroom at the family's home on Puha Street in Waimanalo, Hawaii at 9 p.m. the previous night. Leigh also said that she found a side door open and said to authorities that maybe Isabella had walked off during the night. Her and Isaac both said that Isabella did have a history of getting up and walking off into the night. So this started an 8-day search for Isabella. But still to this day, she has not been found and they have not been able to find any remains. On November 10th of 2021, Isaac and Leigh were both arrested and charged with second-degree murder, hindering prosecution, persistent non-support, and endangering the welfare of a minor in Isabella's case. Leigh was also charged with 2 counts of abuse of a family or household member. When they were arrested, all 3 of Isabella's siblings were removed from the home. So just a warning, this part coming up is very horrible, and there is some talk of abuse of a child. It is believed that Leigh and Isaac murdered Isabella in mid-August, which is a month before she was reported missing. Isabella was last seen on the house's video surveillance camera on August 18th. It is believed that they took her life on this day or possibly within the few days after. And when authorities sat down and spoke with Isabella's 12-year-old sister, she said that both her and Isabella were physically and mentally abused by both Isaac and Leigh. That Leigh had purchased a dog cage even though the family did not own a dog. She purchased this so they could lock Isabella in it. Leigh said that they needed to lock her in this dog cage because she would sneak around at night because she was hungry. And her sister did tell authorities that Isabella was hungry because they were not feeding her. And then Leigh and Isaac went to her sister and asked her to keep a secret. This secret was that Leigh and Isaac had put duct tape over Isabella's mouth and nose while she was in the dog cage, and that at a point Isabella would not wake up. So Leigh said that she tried to revive her by filling up the bathtub with water and putting Isabella into it. But when this didn't work, They made her poor sister carry Isabella's lifeless body and set her in one of the bedrooms. Isaac and Luha then said that they needed to get rid of all the evidence. So on August 21st, which is believed to be 3 days after Isabella's murder, Isaac went to the hospital saying he had symptoms of COVID. So he was then able to take 2 weeks of sick leave from his job. And they took this 2 weeks to try and cover up what they did to Isabella. But as I discussed earlier, they were arrested in November of 2021. Luha and Isaac Kalua have both pleaded not guilty to several charges, including Isabella's murder. A representative of Isabella has filed a lawsuit against Isaac and Luha Kalua, the Department of Human Services and Catholic Charities Hawaii, which is a nonprofit that reviews foster homes and adoption placement. The lawsuit says that DHS and Catholic Charities Hawaii ignored multiple reports of abuse while Isabella and her siblings were in the Kalua's care. The Kalua's trial has been pushed off several times, and in January of 2024, Isaac Kalua had asked for bail, but his request has been denied. And back in July of 2023, Isabella Ariel Kalua was officially declared dead, although her body has not been found. This is such an incredibly tragic story. I hope that her siblings that have had to go through all this trauma are safe now and are with families that are going to help them try to cope. I also wish that Luha and Isaac would just come forward with what exactly they did to Isabella so she could be laid to rest. If I forgot anything or there's any details that you want to add, make sure you comment down below. And thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you'll subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye. Isabella is a biracial Caucasian Pacific Islander female. She was 6 years old and stood at 3 feet 3 inches tall and weighed 46 pounds. Isabella has brown hair and brown eyes. She had previously broken her leg and finger. She may go by her middle name Ariel. She was last seen wearing a black hooded sweatshirt, black leggings, multicolored socks, and Nike slide shoes with pink soles.